আজিৰ বিষয়টো হৈছে স্পেলিং আজি কি কৰিম চাওঁ হওক সো ইন্ট্ৰোডাকশন কমন চ্যালেঞ্জেস আমি কি চ্যালেঞ্জেস ফেস কৰোঁ যেতিয়া আমি এটা ৱৰ্ড স্পেল কৰিব যাওঁ সেইখিনি অলপ ডিছকাছ কৰিম বা ক'ত আমাৰ প্ৰব্লেম হয় সেইখিনি ডিছকাছ কৰিম এণ্ড দেন উই উইল ডিছকাছ ষ্ট্ৰেটেজিজ তো তেনেকুৱা প্ৰব্লেমছবিলাকক আমি কেনেকৈ অভাৰকাম কৰিব পাৰোঁ বা ইন জেনেৰেল হাউ টু মেনেজ স্পেল words correctly we will discuss those then শেষত আমি exercise কৰিম okay so let's get started so in a spelling test it is required to identify the correct spelling of words or to spot misspelled words within the given options now MCQ format আহিব so tate options দিয়া যাব so either we have to point out the correct spelling amongst the wrong spellings or কাৰেক্ট স্পেলিংছৰ মাজত ৰং স্পেলিংটো ওলাব লাগে অ'কে চ' সেই দুটা প্ৰকাৰৰ আহিব পাৰে কুৱেশ্যনছ চ' ফৰ এক্সাম্পল কাৰেক্টলি স্পেলিং আইডেণ্টিফাই দ্য কাৰেক্টলি স্পেল্ড ৱৰ্ডছ চ' ইয়াতে কি সুধিছে কাৰেক্টলি নট ইনকাৰেক্ট চ' আমাক কাৰেক্টলি স্পেল কৰা ৱৰ্ডটো সুধিছে চ' ইয়াতে কাৰেক্টলি স্পেল accommodate what is this correct spelling of accommodate is option C okay double C and what double M থাকে okay so then the next one which of the following is misspelled ইয়াতে ইনকাৰেক্ট সুধিছে যে এইখিনি ৱৰ্ডৰ পৰা কোনটো ৱৰ্ডৰ স্পেলিংটো ৰংকৈ দিয়া আছে মানে ভুল দিয়া আছে চ' what is the wrong spelling here definitely is correct government is correct beautiful is correct this is not correct so receive to হল আমাৰ option B to হল আমাৰ correct option so এনেকৈ কুৱেশ্যনছবিলাক আহিব and we have to figure it out okay now moving on common challenges আমি ক'ত বা কি কাৰণৰ কাৰণে আমি ভুল স্পেলিং বা ৱৰ্ডছৰ স্পেলিংছ অলপ খেলি মেলি কৰিব পাৰোঁ সেইখিনি এতিয়া ডিছকাছ কৰিম so homophones words that sound the same but have different meanings and spellings like there and there are some more to there right then we confuse these two as well right so there pronunciation is the same but meaning and the way we use it মানে যোনটো চিটুৱেশ্যনত বা যোনটো কণ্টেক্সটত ইউজ কৰা হয় সেইটো ডিফাৰেণ্ট হয় দেৰ ইজ তেওঁলোকৰ ৰাইট বা তাহাঁতৰ দেন দেৰ ইজ পইণ্টিং আউট আ স্পেচিফিক প্লেচ দেন দেৰ ইজ আ শ্বৰ্ট ফৰ্ম ফৰ দে আৰ ৰাইট এণ্ড দিজ টু উই কনফিউজ ইট ৱেন যেতিয়া আমি প্ৰনাউন্সিয়েশ্যনটো ৰং কৰোঁ THIS to this hobo and THESE to these hobo right so অলপ pronunciation খেলি মেলি কৰিলেও spelling to wrong হ'ব পাৰে but in general also we get confused then words like affect and effect now affect is what is a verb okay this is a verb and effect is a noun but we confuse those affect is used as a verb and effect is used as a noun generally now principle what head school or head we call that's how we know principle now this principle but we often misspell it we maybe sometimes spell it as this spell it as PLE and not PAL so this is the head of a school or any generally a school, and then principal is a rule, is guidelines or law that is known as principal. So this is how we get confused. Then so this can be tricky. So এনেকুৱা ক্ষেত্ৰত আমি স্পেলিংছ বিলাক অলপ খেলি মেলি কৰোঁ, because they have very similar spellings but entirely different meanings and usages. যেনেকৈ ক'লোঁ যে প্ৰিন্সিপাল আৰু প্ৰিন্সিপাল বা effect but there and there তাহাঁতৰ ইউচেজবিলাক কমপ্লিটলি ডিফাৰেণ্ট হয়, though they sound the same, and তাহাঁতৰ স্পেলিংছো ডিফাৰেণ্ট হয়. So we have to be careful with such words. Then can be challenging to spell correctly. So why? Because why? Night, K to silent. Now there is another night, and that is this one, right? Okay, rati. So English or rati, I mean night. Etu night to come. Now when someone is saying night, we don't know what they are referring to. Now sentence to gompai, maybe we can figure out say etu night or kotha kose. This is soldier, right? The meaning, and etu rati. So sentence to শুনি পেলাই গম পাব পাৰোঁ, but we have to be aware যে সেইটো নাইটৰ স্পেলিঙত কি এটা থাকে, which is silent. And then psychology, okay, P is silent, so we don't pronounce it as P. So if you are not pronouncing it, মানে আমি সেইটো memorize কৰিব লাগিব যে there is a P along with the rest of the letters that we pronounce. And here CH, I mean it is psychology, not psychology. Okay, normally, generally, CH is for example, channel. CH, channel, right? But here we are pronouncing it as psychology. So K pronounce hoya se, although there are CH there. So we have to be aware. Adding prefixes or suffixes. Prefixes কি wordৰ আগত লাগে, suffix wordৰ পিছত লাগে. So যেনেকৈ আমি past tenseত যেতিয়া আমি convert কৰোঁ কিবা এটা বস্তু, what do we add? We add ed, right? So for example, a verb, play. When you are writing it in simple past tense, what do we do? So this is suffix, and here this one is the prefix, right? So yate all of confusion hobo pare, because here in this word necessary we already have double s, so this can get confusing when we are adding another n. So unnecessary, so there are two n, hetu ami pahori jabo paru ketiaba, but confusing hobo pare. So enekwa khetroto we have to be careful. Then double letters, again almost the same thing. Some words contain double letters that can be confusing. For example, words like committee, double M, double T, double E, there are a lot of double letters. Now accommodate, first example today ami saisilo, this is why we were struggling out there. So accommodate or occur, double C, all of confusing over. Now accommodate, yate double C, double M, we have to remember. Then there is another word which is known as this, yate akol double M ase, but maybe we will write it as double T. Double T nahi, just double M ase. Okay, so then in a situation we are bound to make mistakes, or we are prone. So we have to pay attention to the words. So double letters thake tate olop careful hobo lagibo. Then comes words with unusual pronunciations. Some words have pronunciations that don't match their spelling at all. For instance, Bologna is pronounced as baloney and not Bologna. It is pronounced as Bologna. It is a city in Italy. Now, Italy. This is the spelling of Italy, but how am I pronouncing as Italy and not Italy? Pohute Italy will pronounce correct, but the true pronunciation is Italy, not Italy. So 8 ami pressure medium. So the same goes for this one too. Is although there is a G, we are pronouncing it as baloney. Another example is what? This word. Okay. This is a noun, okay. This is a noun, but the verb form, তাৰ স্পেলিংটো কি হয়? Pronouns. We pronounce it as pronouns, but যেতিয়া আমি নাউনটো লিখো, which is this one, কি হৈ যায়? Pronunciations হৈ যায়. Pronunciation and not pronunciation. And this is the spelling of the verb form of this word. So এই দুটাৰ মাজতো অলপ confusion লাগে. Just remember, this is the noun and this is the verb. Verb formত আমাৰ NOU, pronouns, and in noun format pronunciation, not pronunciation. So হেতুটো কেতিয়াবা কনফিউজ হৈ যায়. We know verbত NOUN থাকে. So যেতিয়া আমি নাউনটো লিখিবলগীয়া হয়, we do it as that only. Pronunciation লিখি থৈ দিওঁ বা pronounce কৰোঁতে pronunciation বুলি কওঁ. But the true pronunciation and the spelling is this one. Okay, pronunciation. Now another is, already we discussed, right? Colonel is pronounced as what? Colonel. Now kernel is also a word, okay. This word exists. Moving on now, strategies. So keneke ami we can be careful with these words. Let's discuss that. Learn commonly misspelled words. Now we are aware that এইখিনি এৰিয়াত we have to be careful. So তেনেকুৱা ক্ষেত্ৰত আৰু words বিচাৰি we have to familiarize with those words. মানে নিজকে used to কৰাব লাগিব. কেনেকৈ used to কৰাম? Practice. So familiarize yourself with words that are often misspelled. So ইণ্টাৰনেটত আপোনালোকে চাৰ্চ কৰিলে কেইবাটাও তেনেকুৱা এটা লিষ্ট পাই যাব যোনটো নেকি বহুতে স্পেলিংকেইটা ৰং কৰে. ইভেন নেটিভ স্পীকাৰ্ছ are bound to make mistakes there. So we have to practice it. So we have to familiarize ourselves. Used to hobo lagibo with those words such as accommodate, definitely, and separate. So moving on, break down words. Break words into syllables or smaller parts to make them easier to remember. For example, accommodate can be broken down into accommodate. Okay, এনেকৈ ভাঙি we can remember it বা easy, মানে তেতিয়া digest কৰাত easy হয় words কেইটা. Then because it's quite complex. Mnemonics are memory aids that can help you remember tricky spellings. For example, necessary can be remembered as one collar, two sleeves. Now one collar amar etai thake, sleeves jeta ami should pindu, sleeves duta hat ase, so amar sleeves duta thake. So ete amar confusion kot hoy e C আৰু S ত হয়. We are ভুল যেন লাগিছে নেকি? নাই লগা, বাট ইয়াতে আমি দুটা চি লিখি দিছোঁ. চ' এইটোত আমাৰ কনফিউজন হয়, C and double S. So we can remember this: one collar mane eta c ase and two sleeves mane duta s ase. But these are etu line monot rakhatu olop tricky hoy jay কিছুমান ক্ষেত্ৰত. So you have to develop your own mnemonics, যোনটো নেকি your own language in remembering these tricky spellings whatever you struggle with. So এইখিনি my suggestion is mnemonics create কৰিলে নিজৰ create কৰিব লাগে, so that we don't have to put in extra effort to remember those mnemonics. এটা বস্তু মনত ৰাখিব কাৰণে আৰু এটা বস্তু মনত ৰাখিব নালাগক যাতে. okay, so আৰু এইটো বস্তু টাইম স্পেণ্ড কৰিলেহে বনাব পাৰি. so practice is unavoidable. Then practice phonetics. Understanding how words sound can often help with spelling. Pay attention to how words are pronounced and try to match that with their spelling. Now, in certain cases, this is applicable. Like for example, starting ote jenege eitut bhul koru ami this and these. So if we pronounce it as this and these, then we know the spelling. This this and these these. Okay, then again as I explained, pronunciation. So pronunciation nukwake jodi pronunciation ko, then we also it is helpful in remembering the word that nu n ase no u nai, right? So tenekwa khetrot this is applicable, but in certain cases like we discussed যে কিছুমান স্পেলিং তাৰ pronunciation and spelling completely different হ'ব পাৰে. So in those cases we have to put in extra effort. okay, then read or write regularly. This is 100% applicable and this is unavoidable. Increase exposure to correctly spelled words. okay, so exposure lage jeneke first strategy asile je familiarize. So in order to familiarize we have to expose ourselves, right? So jiman ami pohim ba likhim himane ami words janim, vocabulary increase hobo, and teneke ami spellings bilak and likhile ami khini words use korim. So use kori kori he ami we can familiarize ourselves with those words. So this cannot be avoided. okay, this is a must along with the other strategies. So then now let's get into exercises. Identify the incorrect spelling. Now the question is asking us to identify incorrect spelling, not correct spelling. So ekta words er pura kuntu word bhul hoise mane spelling to bhul hoise etu ami basibo lage. So first, perseverance. Is the spelling correct? Yes, the spelling is correct. Recommend. Yes, the spelling is correct. Fashionable. Now here in this one also the pronunciation or kotha to the koisilu strategy. Here also when we pronounce it as fashionable আমি গম পাই আছো যে ইয়াতে কি মিস হৈ আছে, right? sh এটা h মিস হৈ আছে, right? ইয়াতে fashionable হৈ আছে and it's not the correct spelling. So fashionable. So our correct answer to is option C. Intelligence. Yes, this is the correct spelling. So option C is our correct answer. okay, which word is spelled correctly? Yate শুদ্ধ spelling to শুদ্ধ হৈছে and we know the word, but ইমান ডিটেইলছত চাবলৈ নাযাওঁ আমি, অপশ্যন কেইটা এটা এটাকৈ বাছি নাচাওঁ যে কোনটো লেটাৰ ক'ত কি মিছ হৈ আছে. উই গট দ্য ৱৰ্ড যে এইটো কমিটমেণ্টৰ কথা সুধিছে, we will just write it down. We know the spelling now. Commitment. Now we will just find this spelling. Commitment. Option B, commitment. okay, কাৰণ বেছিকৈ যদি আমি চাব যাওঁ তেতিয়া স্পেলিং কেইটা ইমানে লাইক ডিটেইলছত যদি চাব যাওঁ দেন উই উইল গেট কনফিউজড এণ্ড জানাটোকো পাহৰি যাম. চ' ইটছ বেটাৰ উই ইউজ দিছ টেকনিক. নাও choose the correctly spelled word again. Enukwa situation, we just know this is the word. What we'll do? Spell it out. Beneficial. This is the spelling of beneficial. So we just find it out. Option B. Okay, so our correct answer is option B. Now which of the yate amar misspelled? So kuntu wrong hetu hudise, right? So we have to go through the options. So opportunity, correct. Efficient, correct. Available, correct. Recommend spelling hole double M ase, double M miss hoy ase. So our correct answer is option A. Okay, then identify the correct spelling. Now entrepreneur, very tricky word. So what is the spelling? We won't go through the options. To put any confusing word to aru besi confusing hoi jabo. So what we'll do? Entrepreneur. We'll just spell it out. So this is the spelling. What is the correct word? Option A. Okay, although we pronounce it as entrepreneur, there is no O there. So entrepreneur, and there is no U there. Okay, this is spelling N-E-U-R. So which word is spelled incorrectly? Yate tricky ho jay olop. Spell option kita olop tricky. Friend, weird, height. This is the correct. Heighter bhul aro shuddha dutai dia ase. So we have to know what is the correct spelling of height. So this is the correct spelling of height. So our wrong answer is option A. Choose the correct spelling. Again, maintenance diya ase. We won't go through the options. We'll just spell it out. This is the spelling of maintenance. We will just find this. Maintenance. Yeah. So option C is our correct answer. Spelled correctly, this is. So definitely we'll just spell it out. We won't go through the option. Right, this is the spelling of definitely. So option B is the correct answer. Then which word is spelled correctly? Would you say correctly? So committee. Discuss কৰিছিলোঁ double M double T double E. So spelling to কি হ'ব এইটো correct spelling. Okay, so আজিৰ কাৰণে ইমানে. আশা কৰিছোঁ ভিডিঅ'টো এক্সামত হেল্পফুল হওক, কামত আহক, এণ্ড প্লিজ প্ৰেক্টিছ দিজ. আৰু ৱৰ্ডছ কেইটামান বিচাৰি পেলাই এইটো সদায় প্ৰেক্টিছ কৰিবই লাগিব. দেৰ ইজ ন' আদাৰ অপশ্যন. চ' থেংক ইউ.